Hello students, in this video we are going to talk about AC voltage applied to an LCR circuit. Now what is an LCR circuit? LCR circuit is a circuit in which there is an inductor, capacitor and a resistor. So L for inductor, C for capacitor and R for resistor. Okay, so all these are connected in series to an AC voltage. So this is a AC voltage which is V is equal to Vm sine omega t. Okay, so for this we are going to find out how much is the current and the voltage that needs to be applied. So now the current, the voltage that has to be applied across inductor, the voltage across inductor will be L di by dt. So this is the voltage across the inductor. The voltage across the capacitor is Q by C, charge upon capacitance, and the voltage across the resistor is equal to IR, current into resistance. So voltages of the inductor, capacitor and resistance is given as, so voltage across the inductor is L di by dt. Across the capacitor voltage is Q by C, that is charge by capacitance, and across the resistor it is IR, so that is current into resistance. Now since the inductor, capacitor and the resistor, they are in series, so this entire circuit is in series, the current that is going to pass will be same throughout. If they were in parallel, then there would have been different current passing through different unit. But since it is in series, the current which is passing through inductor will pass through capacitor, will pass through resistor and back to the circuit. So the current is common and which is given as I is equal to Im sine omega t plus phi. In this the new thing is the phi, and what is this phi? This phi is the phase difference between the current and the voltage. Now according to Kirchhoff's law, what Kirchhoff's law says that the total voltage is equal to the voltage across inductor plus the voltage across capacitor plus the voltage across resistor. So this is by Kirchhoff's law. Now this is the phasor diagram for an LCR circuit. We will do this, but before that we will write down the peak voltages for inductor, capacitor and resistor. So the peak voltage for inductor is VL is equal to IMXL. So peak voltage is equal to the peak current into XL. And what is XL? XL is inductive reactance. This we have done in the previous derivations. Same way, VC, that is the peak voltage of capacitor, is IMXC, where IM is the peak amplitude of current and XC is the capacitive reactance. And same way VR, and same way VR is equal to IM XR, where IM is the amplitude peak amplitude of current and XR is the this is not XR, this is R, that is the resistance. So VR is equal to IMR. Now coming towards our phasor diagram. So this is the phasor diagram. So in this phasor diagram we have current which is shown, which is in the same line as VR, that is voltage of resistor. Then on the other side we have voltage of inductor and voltage of capacitor. Now if you look at this phasor diagram, we can see that the inductor, voltages of inductor and capacitance is the same, but only thing they are in the opposite direction. So their direction is different, but their values remain the same. So what we are going to do over here, we are going to superimpose, or we are going to bring this VL on the same side as VC. Okay, the only difference that it makes is the negative sign. One is negative, one is positive. So VL, we are going to bring it across VC, along the VC line. So what will happen when we do that? Okay, so since you can see the length of VC is larger than VL, so this will become VC minus VL. Okay, that is when I bring it across over here. You can see it in this diagram over here. So this is the phasor diagram, and what I have done over here is VL, which is over here, I have brought it along the VC line. Okay, so when I do that, when I bring that, VC minus VL I get. Since VC is larger, so VC minus VL, okay, the amplitude, after you subtract, the amplitude will change, okay, and it will become this much. So that is what we have done over here. Okay, so when I write my total potential, okay, total voltage, okay, so that will be how much? See, initially we knew that V is equal to VL plus VC plus VR. Okay, so total voltage is equal to VC plus VR plus VL. Okay, so now in order to simplify, we have taken the direction of VL along VC, so we will get VC minus VL. Okay, so what will happen to this? This V will be equal to VR plus VC minus VL. Okay, so this is what we will get. Now we will use the magnitudes, okay, of phasors. So the magnitude of phasors for voltages is what? What is the magnitude of voltage? Okay, so this is magnitude of voltage is Vm. So Vm will be equal to VR square plus Vc minus VL the whole square. Okay, so what we are doing, we are taking the peak voltages across each component. So Vm square is equal to VR square plus Vc minus VL square. We have taken the peak voltages and we are squaring all of them. Okay, so now we will open the bracket. So Vm square will be equal to VR square. And what is VR? VR is IMR. So we will substitute these things over here. So VR square is IMR the whole square plus VC is IMXC minus VL is this, that is IMXL the whole square. Next I will remove IM common. Okay, I will remove IM common out, so I will get Vm square is equal to IM square the whole bracket R square plus XC minus XL the whole square. Okay, so this is what I am going to get. After this, what I am doing is I am keeping the IM here as it is, IM square as it is, and I am going to take this entire term, that is R square plus XC minus XL the whole square on the other side. So what will I get? I will get IM square will be equal to Vm square upon R square plus XC minus XL the whole square. Okay, so this is what I will get. After this, what I will do is I will remove the squares. So IM will be equal to Vm upon, I cannot remove the squares directly, so I have to put a root sign, that will be R square plus XC minus XL the whole square. Okay, so this is what I am going to get. Now this entire denominator which is there, that is root of r square plus xc minus xl the whole square, this whole term, okay, this whole term, this is called as impedance, and that is denoted by the letter Z. Okay, so Z is equal to, Z, that is nothing but impedance, which is equal to r square plus xc minus xl the whole square. This is called as the impedance. Now what is impedance? Impedance is the effective resistance in the LCR circuit. Okay, so impedance is nothing but, it is a resistance, but it is not just any resistance, it is the effective resistance of all the components of the circuit. Okay, so it is the effective resistance of the entire LCR circuit. Okay, and we call this, it has a special name, we call it as impedance, and it is denoted as Z. Okay, so the equation that we had, okay, so the equation that we had, Im is equal to Vm upon root of r square plus xc minus xl the whole square, that entire equation, it will reduce to In is equal to Vm upon Z. Okay, where Z is equal to root of r square plus xc minus xl the whole square. Okay, so now if we look at the impedance diagram, so this is the impedance diagram, it is nothing but the right angle, and if we take phi, if we take the tan of phi, we will get opposite upon hypotenuse, which is xc minus xl upon, sorry, opposite upon adjacent upon r. Okay, so this is what we are going to get. Xc and xl are the impedances, okay, and r is the resistance. So if you want to find the angle, it will be tan inverse of xc minus xl upon r. Okay, so xc is capacitive reactance, xl is the inductive reactance, r is the resistance. So if I want to find out how much is the angle, then I have to take tan inverse of this. Now if we go to find out, okay, substituting, so this is one equation which we need to know. Okay, so tan of phi can also be written as, in terms of voltages, we can write this as Vc, so Vc minus VL upon VR. Okay, so what is this? This is the voltages of those particular components. So voltage of a capacitor minus voltage of a inductor divided by voltage of the resistor. Okay, so this is another formula that we have got from this formula. Okay, that is the from the impedance diagram. Next, with the help of the same formula, that is tan phi is equal to xc minus xl upon r. So using the same formula, we are going to find out, we are going to understand phasors and variation in current and voltages in LCR circuit. Okay, so we are going to find out the phasor diagrams, what happens if we change xc, if we change xl, then what happens in the phasor diagram, that is what we are going to understand. So there are three cases over here. The first case is if xc is greater than xl, meaning if capacitive reactance is greater than inductive reactance, then what happens? So if capacitive reactance is greater than xl, so this is a greater number minus smaller number. So greater number minus smaller number will be a positive number. Tan phi will be positive. Okay, and if this is positive, then what happens is that then the entire circuit, that is LCR circuit, okay, which is inductor, capacitor and resistor, so the entire circuit, it behaves as a capacitive circuit. meaning capacitance plays a predominant or major part or a major role, okay, or a dominating role in the entire circuit. So when that happens, we call that circuit is capacitive. Okay, so if Xc is greater, okay, so that is if capacitive reactance is greater than inductive reactance, then tan phi will be positive and the entire circuit will be predominantly capacitive. So when a circuit, as we know from the previous derivations that we have done, okay, derivations of capacitor which was connected to a AC circuit, we know that in that current, okay, leads to the voltage by an angle phi. So current is leading and voltage is following. So this is what is going to happen. So the diagram over here is given. So this is the voltage and this is the amplitude of voltage. This is current and its amplitude. Okay, so voltage is Vm sin omega t, current is Im sin omega t. This is the phasor diagram. So corresponding, as the phasor is going to move, corresponding graph we are going to get over here. You can see how exactly this moves in the video which I have sent you, in the YouTube animated videos which I have sent you. Okay, so this is what is going to happen. Now let us move on to case 2. Now case 2 is if Xc is greater than XL. Okay, sorry, if Xc is less than XL. So if Xc is a smaller number and XL is a greater number, then smaller number minus a greater number, okay, the answer is negative. So we will get a negative number. So tan phi will be a negative. So if tan phi is negative, then what happens? The circuit becomes an inductive circuit. So LCR circuit will be dominated by inductor. Okay, so it will be predominantly an inductive circuit. And when this happens, as we have seen in inductive circuits, what happens? Current in the circuit, it lags by the voltage. Okay, so current remains behind and voltage moves forward. And that is what is given here in the phasor diagram. Okay, now the third case is a special case, and that is if both Xc and XL are equal. If Xc is equal to XL, so if both these are equal, then what happens? Okay, then it is a special case, and then something very interesting happens. Okay, and whatever that thing happens, it is known as the resonance. So we will understand this resonance in detail in the next video.